नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि.
Nithyanandam. We welcome all the Shri Mahants, Mahant, Kotaris, Tanayadas, Samajis and Satsangis for this VAAKYASADAS, which is conducted by the Balasanths of Nithyananda Gurukul. Today's topic is going to be morning satsang.
In today's satsang, Swamiji spoke about how Adinam should be. My question is, why should there be a different place for all the types of people like the Kshatriyas, the Rudrakanyas, the Vaishyas and all? Why should there be a separate place for everyone to live?
What I think is Swamiji has told that how our space is, that is how the space around is going to be. Like few days ago, like last year when Swamiji was going around for Pada, like going around Tamil Nadu for Pada Puja, he was telling that each and every place, like Nivas means, I mean the dormitory means that wherever that space was sleeping, so that the whole building will have only that space. So why march the things for Chandalas, it's a different place, and Rudrakanyas and different people is, see, if in a Chandala you hold only that much of energy. If that whatever energy is stored into that space, that only will come even if you are that only will come even if others get into that space. So what I feel is to maintain at the space of whatever we are qualified for. For example, if you are Rudrakanya, to continue to be in the same space, we need to be separate. So that is why we think Swamiji tells that Sadashiva is described in the Agamas that each one should have a different place.
Adding to her point, also that in one of the satsangs, Swamiji has clearly said that the Vatavarana inside will affect the Vatavarana outside. So the space which you are holding inside is obviously reflected what is there outside. And if suppose if one group mixes with the other group, the space can get diluted and it can also reflect outside on what they are doing daily.
And adding a point, actually Swamiji said in many satsangs that life is a mirror. So anything you show, anything like for example, if you are hungry, then whatever life shows you outside will be related only that you are hungry, something related to that.
I have a question. Then whatever Sri Mata and Ma Yoga Mata told, if you think life is the mirror, then suppose Swamiji told for Rudrakanyas different space and for Vaishyas different space, right? Vaishyas means the space is higher than Chandalas, right? So even if you are one Vaishya and others are Chandalas, instead if your space is strong, if life is a mirror, then you can mirror what there and change their space. Then why you should be separate from the others?
One thing what Tripta understands is that what I personally understand is that even though you're like one Vaishya and everybody else is Chandalas, yes, life is a mirror. You can change. In that way, then Swamiji, as he is reflecting on all of us. But why all of us aren't to be enlightened yet? It's because we hold a certain context and we're so caught up inside it. We were wanting to change at one point. That's why we do so much of completion with SDHD and changing our thought currents, changing cognitions, manifesting powers. It's the cognition that they strongly hold on to. If they are open to life and they are like, okay, I want to go to the next level of consciousness and raise myself up, then obviously whatever we want to mirror in them, it'll exactly happen in that way. This is my understanding.
Adding to her point, also that Swamiji has also said that even one drop of poison is enough to kill the whole thing. So one example is that if you've seen water, just water is like completely clear, right? But if you just add a little bit of color to it, like paint, the paint will slowly start spreading. So just like that, if you are not ready to transform, if you're not ready to transform, you can also pull down the space of the whole group.
So what I understood is life is a mirror of you. So maybe the person might be a professional Vaishya, what he does as a Vaishya, but inside he might be carrying the space of a Chandala. So that's why the people around him are still Chandalas.
So I have a question. So if someone is a Chandala for lifelong, he will be a Chandala, or when his face, can his face be changed into a different space?
So what I feel is, yes, his space can change into whatever he wants to become, because you can rewrite your own future. It is not that it's going to stay only as what it's going to be. You can rewrite your own future. That's what Swamiji says.
Adding to a point, what I feel is that yes, they can change their space because Swamiji has said that everyone has a will of their own. So with their will, they can manifest their own reality in however way they want it to be. However they want to invent themselves to be, however they want to be, they can manifest their own reality.
Adding to that point, so it's not that only the Chandalas will be unable to change. If it's our decision, it's their decision to be how we want to live. So if they're deciding to live how Swamiji wants, we'll be living without Chandala.
I have a question. If Chandalas and at least one Vaishya comes and mixes with the Chandalas, it can change them into a Chandala, right? The whole Chandalas can change him and make him a Chandala, right?
What I feel is that it's both yes and a no, because when one Vaishya enters in, if like one consciously evolved person enters into a group of unconscious people, it's also their own choice to mingle with the whole group and be like, oh, it's okay, I don't have to care about my conscious state and I'll just be I'll just be one among them. Or you can become a leader and make everybody evolve along with you. Just like how Swamiji is evolving all of us. Even though all of us are a wannabe in his state, he is still holding his space so powerfully that all of us are getting into his space and becoming one with him, rather than him completely coming down to our space and be like, oh, I'll be one among them. Like in a way he is coming down from Sadashiva to a human being, but he avoided leaving the space of being Sadashiva.
I have a question. Vishwamata has a question. Is Chandala being, meaning it means a low identity person?
See, a Chandala is basically one who is like withdrawn himself from life, from whatever is around him. He neither classifies himself as a Vaishya or a Kshatriya or a Brahmin. Swamiji said in today's satsang that for Rudrakanya a different place and for everyone a different place. And the person who neither classifies himself as a Rudrakanya, Kshatriya or a Brahmin is a Chandala.
So one question. So then a Chandala, can he become part of the group of, for example, a Kshatriya or a Brahmin or anything? Yes, if he strongly changes the space, yes, I want to be involved in life, I want to be part of life. The society around him will notice that transformation and he can be classified as anything he wants to be classified in. And he holds a space for it.
I have a question. Whether a person being a Chandala is casted because of his birth, just because his dad and mom is a Chandala, he has to become a Chandala, or because of his profession which he chooses, or it is the space which he is in.
It's like how Swamiji can change a Christian to a Hindu by an initiation. In the same way, if they want to go from a Chandala and become like a Kshatriya, then it's just possible just by the will.
And also, it's not that they're classified just by birth. They are classified by how they behave to life, how they hold the space for things to happen in them. If they don't want to be involved in life, then maybe their parents could have been in Brahman as the highest thing. But if they didn't want to involve in life, they just wanted to while their time away, then they will be classified as a Chandala.
Okay, so I have a question. Why are there different caste groups like Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras and Chandalas? Why are there different caste groups in Hinduism?
What I understand is that these four groups, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, it's want to be that you're putting someone high or someone low. It's what you want to hold in life. If you want to take the full responsibility of the whole world and giving the enlightenment science to everyone, then you're a Brahmana. And if you want to take care of the security of the society that you're living in and ensuring its safety and everything, you're a Kshatriya. Like that, Vaishya and Shudra is a person who doesn't want to fit into the grid and wants to be like, oh, I'm like the odd one out, I'm the lazy one out. So that is a Shudra. But there's nothing like higher and lower. It's what you hold and believe, what you want to believe and involve with.
I have a question. See, now we all were speaking about 4 different castes and everything, all that, okay. Now, why actually Sadashiva is given different ways of living? Why that what Swami just told in Satsang, that 10% of the whole land should be water? Why he is giving that? This here also we can be integrated, right? This also can make us, this also can be a good Vatavarana. We are living in Swamiji's physical presence, and why exactly should we live in the way Sadashiva tells in the Agama?
See, what I feel is that Swamiji is literally giving us the space to live in. Obviously, it is for us to manifest all the powers. But Sadashiva has described a few ways in the Agamas in which we should live. All of them are for us to receive the highest entanglement and the highest space of Shaktipada, so that we can manifest more and more powers, and which will eventually be like, because we are rooted in the oneness and manifesting, it's like our consciousness is growing.
What I feel is, like, why Sadashiva is telling us to be like that is because just by following his words, there must be something in us which we can awaken it by ourselves. Just like also we are just leaving Swamiji's inner space. By following whatever Sadashiva says, something in you must get awakened in you. It might be a power or anything new.
Adding to that point, Swamiji also said Guru Vaak is Shaktipada. So if we follow Guru Vaak, automatically everything will get aligned to it. Whatever we want. Like if you want to change the space from like one thing to next space and get into higher space, follow the Guru Vaak.
Okay, what I understood is, see, we can, why we are having choice, why we are eating only what we like. So what I feel is, we are having a choice to live different type of things.
So I want to add a point. Why, as Chida asked, why should we follow what Sadashiva says? Already when we have the Vatavarana of Swamiji, to give the experience of the oneness with Swamiji. So when we get into the practical, when we start following this the routine in the morning and do VAAKYASADAS like this, when it becomes a practical, when we start following what Swamiji says, it becomes our experience and it becomes into our muscle memory where we easily feel the oneness and start manifesting the powers. So now the upcoming program which is coming on July 25th, the Inner Awakening, is going to be where you are going to experience the powers of Sadashiva, where it's going to be experienced in you and start manifesting your reality.
Like what Ma Viraja asked, why we have to have 4 different, like Kshatriya, Vaishyas and everyone, Chandalas and everyone. It's because like Vaishyas, they're highly connected with Vishnu and Shaivas are like highly connected with Shiva. They have their own Ishta Devatas to worship and everything. Because of that, they choose to live in that community and that society.
So just adding a point, what I feel is that the human being, we don't understand the space of a living incarnation. So only when we do physical work, we understand that we can get enlightened. So only when we start living the agamas and start doing physical work, we even start believing that we can get enlightened.
Okay, now that we all understand that this is whatever Sadashiva has given, that is the ultimate way of living, and what Swamiji is going to build here and how what Swamiji is going to give us is the ultimate way. Now how to understand and get everybody else out there and make sure they are also experiencing the same as us.
Well, answering to Marchita's question about why Sadashiva has given so many different types of lifestyles like for us to live and practice. Well, Sadashiva is also like very compassionate in giving us what like really suits to our like cognition. If you're a person who's so creative and so much in painting, drawing and arts, he gave the lifestyle of a Rudra Kanya. And if you're so much into like the history of Hinduism and the Vedas, Agamas, learning more about them, then he gave the Brahmana category. Like that, Sadashiva has given so many different ways of living, so we can also fit in, and through our main passion we can reach enlightenment. Because obviously Sadashiva doesn't want people to be forced and be like, oh, you have to eat like 6 times a day, then only you're gonna get enlightened. Like, he wants you to be comfortable and get enlightenment through how you want.
So what I feel is that to reach this out to the world, to make other people understand this, they have to start living the agamas. When they start living the agamas, if they come and live here, then they start living the agamas and they'll experience why Sadashiva itself has given all this. So there are many programs which you can come and stay for 10 days, 2 days, 21 days and all. 23 days also. So there's Inner Awakening which is coming up on 25th July. So if you want, you can come and join that program. Then you can experience why Sadashiva has made all these things in the agamas.
Okay, the essence of today's VAAKYASADAS is, now that all of us discussed that the ultimate thing what Sadashiva has created is for all of us the way of living. And Swamiji is going to create this in the Bangalore Adhinam. If you want to experience this same space, come and attend the next Sadashivatva and come and attend the July 25th 23 days Inner Awakening program.
With this, we conclude the VAAKYASADAS with the Purna Mantra.